Nick, the first question is for you.
Wow.
It's been your 5-year anniversary with the Arctic Monkeys.
That's it, right? Okay.
Yeah. Have they bought you a present?
By. Sorry?
Have they bought you a present?
Present? No, just little sort of snacks every now and again.
Yeah, not even a cake.
Not even a cake.
But I mean, these guys don't get anything for their anniversary either for their 6th year, so you know.
Do you still recall the actual day that they asked you to
I don't
join
know
the
the
band?
actual date, but I can feel when I'm near to it each year. I get like a warmish sort of there, you know, like when you've had a delicious dessert.
So you are the Jason News. So you're the Jason Newsted of the Arctic Monkeys then?
The what? Sorry?
The Jason Newsted.
Yeah, I'm in.
For you, 10th anniversary is coming near, next year. Do you still recall the actual day, the first day of the Arctic Monkeys? 2002?
Kind of vaguely, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know when it would be exactly, but I can remember like maybe one of the first times we kind of got together in my mum and dad's garage and kind of played through the same song at the same time together. I can recall that moment, but
Are there
for a while we weren't doing that. What's that?
Do you have plans maybe to celebrate?
I think
Special
maybe.
gig, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the time to celebrate maybe it'd be like the year after. So when we did our first show, it was on I think it was the 13th of June 2003 was the first time the first show we ever did. Yeah.
Where?
Where was it? It was it's a little pub in Sheffield called the Grapes.
Does it still exist?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to for much longer.
I think it has, but it's no longer a live band place. It's just a pub now, I think.
Well, it should be nice for you then. June 13, 2012. Maybe you can do a gig over there.
We could. Yeah. I mean, I'm not kidding. The room is like from where this is there to like the back wall there. It's kind of like the smallest room you've ever seen. I don't know. Yeah. But I'd love to do something to mark the date. Yeah.
Or maybe do an acoustic set.
Maybe that's a very good idea. Yeah, acoustic set or just a cappella set.
Sounds good. The first 4 years, you actually didn't record an album, but you wrote songs. What I was wondering, did you how many songs of the first 2 or 3 albums were actually written before you recorded the first album? Do you recall?
Like all the songs for the first album were written before we'd recorded it. Yeah, and we'd been on tour then with them, and you know we all knew the songs. Yeah, we'd been playing them for a while. It seemed then. Yeah. No, it was all kind of written before we went in the studio.
No, but I mean the second album too.
The second album, that was a totally different story. Yeah, that was like we'd kind of written a little bit on tour, but we didn't really have much. We used to do kind of a couple of weeks trying to get some stuff together and go in the studio, then come out, do that again, and then go back in. It was more like we made it up as we went along.
Was it different with him joining the group? I mean, did you have to with the songwriting? Did you have to get adjusted to his style of playing?
I don't feel like no. It was more like that brought something to it. You know, No, I didn't have to it kind of didn't work like that then, I suppose. We used to do a lot of it like in the room, we'd work it out and we'd sort of jigsaw things together. So yeah, there wasn't really an adjustment to make. Plus we'd kind of played together quite a lot anyway, like in the past, you know, like from the beginning of the band, you know,
Well then, looking back, third album, what are your thoughts on that now? For you, Nick, what are your thoughts on the third album?
Yeah, still really proud of that one. Glad we sort of took that mystical journey, rather than just sort of, I don't know, played it safe. I think I'm glad we went and did that experiment with Josh, and I think it really sort of moved us on. in terms of being a band and playing together and doing songs and that. So yeah, still love that one. Still got some of my favourite songs on it, and still get them kids in the street that say it's their favourite. So yeah, it's good feeling surrounding that.
So but you really needed this album, I mean that approach.
Yeah, I think so. At that time, you know, it opened a lot of doors for us. That in every possible way.
Can you name me a few?
The doors.
Yeah, the doors.
Yeah, it's difficult to describe, you know, but it just made you. I don't know, like doing that and it coming back and it's still having like our like identity on it. Made me realise that it kind of doesn't matter where you go or sort of who you work with to some extent. You know, it's still that whatever it is that makes us sound like us is built into the four of us playing together. And so then going forward, you're just more confident that exists and you can kind of do anything you want. So that's one thing it helps that with. Other thing, obviously, like working with like such good musicians as Josh and Alan Johannes, who like engineered it, spurs you on a little bit and gives you like.
What did you learn in retrospect from that? Now looking back on it?
Well, that's what I just said. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, we're just kind of. They were, yeah, just like encouraging on when you in like guitar and with the vocals and everything. And I don't know. Yeah, like just loads too. It just felt like we really moved on during that album. Yeah.
What is your favourite song on a Less Shadow Puppets album?
Probably My Mistakes Were Made For You.
Why?
Because it's the one that I can sort of
remember the title.
It's the one that I don't know. I really agree with that one.
Really agree with that groove.
Really agree with that. Yeah. It's my kind of groove. That.
Miles Kane on bass.
Is it?
That song.
Them hips.
Yeah.
So how important was this album for the Arctic Monkeys? I mean the album you did with
the Puppets thing. Yeah. I mean, well, I think the way I look at it, that were important for me, like as a songwriter and a lyricist, really. 'Cause working with somebody else and sort of going down that road for a bit introduced me to a different, perhaps, way of like writing lyrics and writing songs than I had. You know, it was a more traditional approach, obviously, and thinking about songs like chords, lyrics, and melody, and I'd not really done that in the past. So I think, you know, that showed me that side of thing, which is like, you know, I used to think that it'd be completely separate, and it's like the Puppets thing's over there, and then there's the Monkeys thing. But I think any song you write leads to the next one in one way or another, and you can't kind of get away from that. But I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily.
Can you pinpoint maybe what the influence of Less Shadow Puppets is on this new album, so we can see?
Well, it's kind of, there's been another record in between, so I don't feel like it's. I just think everything I ever wrote after doing that album was affected by it, you know, and just you can't really get away from that, I don't feel.
Will there be a new Less Shadow Puppets album?
Maybe, you know, hopefully one day, yeah.
Okay. Well, then your new single, it's called The Hellcat Spangled Shalala. What started this song off?
Just like, I think like a chord progression or something. It was just like some chords, and from that came the rest of it. Jamie and I, it was one of the first that we started doing that kind of chimey, like birdsy guitar thing with, and I don't know, that was one of the first songs we got together for the record. It was a bit of a blueprint for a lot of the other ones. I remember it coming together on like a grey Friday afternoon in London, and just sort of feeling like that, you know, that represented kind of what the record might sound like to some extent.
What is the what started off the lyric?
It's just, it was, well, it's all about a place really, like, and like somewhere I sort of used to hang out, and there's no, that's all I can sort of say about it really. It's me sort of trying to describe this place.
Do you know the place?
I do not know the place. I can only guess at the place.
I think it's better.
What is your guess? What is your guess?
I think it's Spa. I think it's not a weekend retreat.
Like a Costco.
Yeah, like a shop.
It sort of doesn't matter really, like what it is. It's what, like a lot of these songs, like they mean one thing to me, but it's not kind of like the first album where there's only one sort of answer to it and you sort of know where you are. Some of the new songs are a bit like that. I feel like you're talking someone through it and they know exactly where they are, but some of them are much less so, and I think it's more, it's just there for someone to remind them of somewhere they've been, or kind of, you know, create an atmosphere that they want to be in, or, you know.
Is this the way that you want to continue writing the lyrics? Not be less specific and more for people to have their own idea?
I don't know, I sort of like both things. Sometimes it's good to have that hat, and sometimes you really just want to do it sort of right on the nose and be completely clear about it. And it's not as if I'm trying to be like purposely unclear, it's just there's sort of no point in me describing the things I'm describing in the new songs in the way I used to, you know, on the first record, because my life's completely different now, and it'd be stupid to, you know, write songs about what's going on around us now, because it'd be like about, you know, BBC World Blues or whatever.
Yeah. Do you feel the need to write songs about the riots that have been happening in
The riots?
Yeah?
No, I don't.
We've never been very current affairs, I think, like issues.
Yeah.
What did it do to you? To you as a band? I mean,
The riots?
Yeah?
Well, on one sort of level, we got a load of our records burnt, which it's
Not by the rioters, the warehouse. Yeah, that's all right then. Just want to make that clear.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Imagine that. Wow. Then we would have to write.
Yeah, the Beatles.
Beatles in the Philippines.
Bigger than Jesus.
Yeah, well, that, you know, but I mean, you know, we got off pretty lightly, and that, like a lot of other people got hit harder with that than we did.
Yeah, we were away when that were all going on. Yeah.
It's just sad, really.
But it's not a subject that you want to talk about. It's just,
well, yeah,
it's maybe too big.
Not in a song
though, really. I don't see how that. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay. Last question. Your last and your first live album was in 2007. Will there be a new one?
The what? Sorry.
Live album. Will there be
live album?
Yeah, new live album.
Yeah, we could. That might be fun. Yeah, at some point. Double live album.
Do you plan things, or is it just for you?
Right now, we're just sort of focused on playing. That's it, really. We're kind of thinking about what the next move is too much.
No? How does it normally go then? You just say to each other, well, maybe we can write an album now, and then you see what happens, or is it just every year you still plan for this year I want to take a year off, or I have a year off?
Yeah.
Do you talk about the future a lot with each other?
Yeah, you know, you sort of forced to sometimes, but that's what I'm saying. Like right now, we're kind of not. You know, like this time last year, we were planning on making a record, so we were saying like, well, what's it going to be? How do you want to do it? But right now, we're just like enjoying the tour really, and just like having a
last question, where's your leather jacket?
Mine, I left it with my gypsy gear.
It got up years ago.
The Dodgems, I left it with all that stuff. it's in the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah. Hard Rock Cafe.
Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
In Doncaster.
Well, people should check it out then.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.